Gotta call Oda now.
Pere.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh. Could I speak Eiichiro Oda, please?
Yobi.
Yes, Oda Sensei. I need to talk to him. Desu, please.
ごめんなさい。
Do it speedo, Desu.
はーい。
No, it's about the last chapter because he made something which
止めて
did fed up a lot of fans. I don't know. I just want to clear something.
はい。ね
Yes, left tail cold. Tell him.
え、助けて。こんにちは。水曜日、日曜日、木曜日。こんにちは。
Gosh, it's so hard to get connected.
はい、どうぞ。
Yes, Odachi. About last chapter.
その通りに海賊漫画を描いて
When again did Kid and Law get awakening because that actually fed up a lot of fans? They thought it was bad writing, but I wanted to clear things up for them and tell them no, this is actually smart writing, but you know, yeah.
イメージがどんどん膨らむもんでこれは連載しようと
You're gonna do what?
6.5 hours later.
As if last week's chapter was not crazy enough, it gets even more crazier. One Piece chapter 1031 is out and holy fuck. Those are actually the only words that come to my mind, if I am truly honest, because what the fuck? So chapter 1031 starts off with a Shonen Jump cover page this time, and we get to see Luffy, Yamato and Momonosuke, and they are all posing in their fighting style. And then there was a short text which described the cover page, and it said they are stepping into the footsteps of those who came before them. Well, and it's like, yeah, sure, them are the new generations. You got Luffy, Roger, you got Yamato, Oden and Momo. So for this week's chapter of One Piece we get a cool big cover page, color spread page, and we get to see all the right hand mans / the vice captains of the strongest top dudes in the world. We got Rayleigh, who's the right hand man, the vice captain of Roger, of course, Goldie Roger, and his vice captain Mayoreri, the Dark King. Then we have Katakuri, we have Skapukiba, we have King, we have Ben Beckman. Ben Beckman. Kizaru was afraid shitless of him, or he trolled him, maybe one of those. Then we also have Shiryu of the Reindeer for the Blackbeard Pirates. We got Sabo on the cover page for the Revolutionaries, because Dragon is one of the top dogs, even if he is not present in the story a lot right now. Then we have, of course, Killer for Kid's Crew. And then we got Beppo behind Zoro, and Zoro is looking at Enma and he's thinking to himself like, I'm gonna turn you into a Black Blade. Give it a few more chapters. Eiichiro Oda will decide on it. Jokes aside, Zoro needs a Black Blade, he needs to form one, and it has to happen within the next chapters within this arc. 3 Black Blades would be the ideal case for him, but well. So yeah, of course, cool cover page spread of all the vice captains, the right hand mans of the strongest dudes ever. And of course, do your daily prayers to Katakuri, like Cole does. The daily prayers of the mega church. So we start off the chapter where we left off last time with Kid and Law awakening their devil fruits, and now we see the outcome of it, and everybody is shocked. The entire army, the entire enemy side, the samurai side, they're all reacting to it, and they're like, holy shit, Big Mom is dead. There's no way she can survive that. And I'm reading this and I'm thinking like, run away, because she is not dead. This is the first serious damage she has taken in decades. In fucking decades. Run for your life. So what happens, we see Law and Kid talking to each other, and Law is asking Kid, hey, how long can you again use your awakening ability? And Kid is looking at him and he's like, fuck you, I'm not telling you. You just wanna know my weak points. You just wanna know how long I can do it so you can prepare yourself in a fight in the future. Yes and no, because he has to help you to fight that big bitch. Coming to Big Mom, she is the MVP of this chapter, because holy fuck are the Yonko strong. So of course Big Mom is getting up, no brainer, she's a Yonko, and everybody is freaking out. It's like, oh my god, she's getting up, and I'm still like, run away, run for your life, Forrest, run away, Kid Law, just run away. What happens? Big Mom is standing up and she is laughing. She is laughing, but before she laughs, what does she do? She does life or death. But in this case, she does life or Oshiruko. And then the entire plot with the Oshiruko in the beginning of the raid, where they all spilled it, makes a lot of sense now. You should have spared that, because it would have helped now to calm her down. But of course they do not have any Oshiruko, and what does she do? She takes away all of their lives. She creates new homies, she even gives 1 year of her own life. Because she says, all those lives I've taken from you shit fathers is not enough. We gotta need the good life, we gotta need the good XP points. And she's leveling up everything in the area. The fact that she even can take away years or lifespan from her own life is broken. Because what does that do? She gets stronger, she grows even bigger in size, and now she is truly the size of a giant. And it's like, okay, what should we call you now? Bigger mom? Bigger bitch? Ultra mega mom? Maximum over Big Mom. And the cool thing is, Big Mom even looks more menacing than before, and she is laughing and she's like, Trafalgar Law, Captain Kid, and also you, Mugiwara no Luffy, you are serious about taking our thrones, are you? Alright, I am, or we will, with Kaido upstairs, we will show you the true power of an emperor. You ain't seen nothing yet, you kozos, you little brats, you shitlings. And of course there she says, I haven't felt pain like this in decades, and I'm thinking like, holy shit. Does this mean the last time you felt any serious damage was when rocks fell, or at the time where Roger came into your Tottolando and took the road poneglyph? It has to be one of those cases. So Kid and Law are replying to her, and Law is like, no, I gotta take down monsters like you because I wanna know the truth of the world. And Kid is like, I want that throne, I don't care, I'ma beat your ass. So going away from Kid, Law and Big Mom, we go to the Iwato chamber, where we have Drake and Apu, and they are fighting because Drake said, of course, no to his proposal here. Apu last chapter was like, help me, we can team up so we can get the hell out of here. And Drake was like, no, screw you, I'm gonna beat you and I'm gonna capture you afterwards. So what does he do? He tells Apu, don't try your tricks on me because I know how your devil fruit works. It's like, I need to hear your attack, and when I hear it, I get the strike. And it's like, yeah, and Apu is like, this is no fun, what are you doing? This is no fun fighting you, so you gotta check your route and I gotta check my route. So they're battling it out there, and Drake is talking to him, and at that time we can see that Yamato is approaching them. And Apu sees that and he's like, okay, oh, there is Yamato, I need to convince her to help me to fight Drake. And he's like, oh, young master, look here, here's the bad guy and we need to do things differently so we can get out of here. And Yamato is like, Apu, stop it, please, just stop. I'm not on your side any longer, I need to go to the weapons factory where the weapons are. And what does happen? She runs into Drake because she's like, ho, Drake, where are you here? One of the Tobiropo. She strikes him, Drake is blocking, and he is like, stop it, Yamato, I am on your side. And she reacts like Luffy. I find this so... It was so hilarious because in the same moment where he said, no, I'm on your side, I help you, I'm also against Kaido, she was like, oh, okay, cool, you're on my side, then sorry that I tackled you down with my mighty haki. And then I was also thinking like, well, you see how fitting she is to the crew. She's like a female version of Luffy. It's great. So one of the numbers sees Yamato, Fuga sees Yamato, and he is chasing her. And the funny thing is, we see Drake and Yamato breaking through a door because she tackled him so hard, but Fuga, one of the numbers, is breaking through the wall and he is chasing Yamato. And it's like, what do you want from Yamato? Do you think this is now a playtime thing? It's like, catch me if you can, or what is this? And Yamato notices it and she's like, Fuga, what do you want from me? It's no playtime, you gotta go to bed. And then she strikes him with right hand. We go to the second floor where we can see Brook and Robin, and the Cypher Pole Zero agents are approaching them because their mission is to capture Nico Robin. So what does happen? The samurai are helping those two so they can escape. They're holding them off, and Brook takes Robin onto her shoulder, or he's carrying her, and they jump off so they can get away from those guys. He's trying to protect her, which is pretty cool. But Robin says something interesting in this same part, and she's like, the Cypher Pole Zero Ages is the strongest Cypher Pole, but even amongst them they have their own elite, and those are the guys with the masks. And I'm thinking like, hold on, are those guys stronger than Rob Lucci? If so, holy shit. So they are pretty dangerous. So at the end of the war, when everybody is completely destroyed and worn off, who will fight those guys? Then there will be nobody left besides the Yonko, besides Big Mom and Kaido, and if they are still at a certain amount of power where they can handle those guys. But it's like, okay, if them are stronger than Rob Lucci, we gotta need some backup power. Maybe the Straw Hat Grand Fleet comes in. That could happen, but we gotta see how things work out once this war ends, because the ending to Wano Kuni and Onigashima will be completely different than any other arc. And then we come to a pretty mindfuck part of the chapter, which is Sanji. And what does he do? Or what did he do? He hit a woman. What? And he just not hit her once. It looks like he beat her up. And that's pretty interesting because we see him with the geishas, and there's a young woman, a young girl, and she's full of blood in her face. And Sanji is completely shocked, he's horrified. He's like, I did not do this. And it seems like he did, but he doesn't remember it, which is pretty interesting. He has a flashback to his brothers because he called them in Whole Cake Island emotionless monsters. How could you beat up this poor girl? That one girl who served them food, and Niji beat her up afterwards. Sanji protected her beforehand where they had dinner, but then Niji beat her up and he called them out. How could you do that? How could you hit a woman, a poor innocent girl? And now he's looking at the girl in one of the geishas and he's in shock. He's like, oh no, I'm becoming like them. He goes out there because he's thrown with things from the geishas so he can piss off from there because they're afraid of him. And then of course who's after him again? It's Queen. And he looks and he's like, oh, okay, he's back. Okay. And then we go to the part where Sanji is thinking to himself, and he is not sure which version of himself Luffy wants on board. He is now at that point in the story where he is not sure if he is himself or if he has become one of those emotionless monsters of Germa. So what does he do? He takes out the raid suit and it seems like he's gonna wear it, but no, he destroys it completely. And it's like, okay, this is character development again for Sanji, but he does not want to give up his own self, who he is. And therefore he decides, I gotta destroy what's left of Germa here. And he destroys the raid suit, if it truly is destroyed in that moment. Maybe that thing still survives. And Ussope and Franky will build a different version of it for Sanji, where he can wear it and it doesn't manipulate his Germa genes and he can still have emotions and also the power up for it. Extremely funny was how Sanji is talking to himself, and he's like, after he destroyed the raid suit, he is lighting up his cigar and he's thinking to himself like, goodbye, farewell Germa. And then it goes on, farewell women's baths. And it's like, you're still thinking about that, so you cannot be invincible anymore because that's your greatest dream, being invisible. So Sanji called Zoro via Dendenmushi, and Zoro is kind of confused and he's shocked. How the hell did a Dendenmushi come to my clothing? And Sanji's explaining to him, I hid that there for the case that you got lost again and we cannot find you anymore. The picking up line from Zoro is also pretty cool. He's like, what do you want, you dumb cook? I'm fighting here against one of the calamities. Is it that important? And Sanji is like, yeah, listen up, I won't take too much of your time. We're gonna beat the Beast Pirates. Zoro is like, yeah, sure, obviously, we have to beat them. And also plot. And also we have to beat them. And Sanji is telling Zoro, hey, you gotta do your thing, I gotta do my thing, but in case it happens that I lose my mind or I'm no longer myself, after this damn war has ended, I need you to kill me. And Zoro doesn't understand. He's like, what? And then he's thinking again and again, and then he comes to a conclusion and he says, okay, sure, I kill you with pleasure, but make sure you do not die. You stay here and win the fight against that other calamity. This war ends, we win, and if then that happens that you lose your mind because of this whole Germa thing and your genes being activated and you becoming emotionless, what you think to yourself, then I will kill you gladly. So they both hang up, and Sanji, before hanging up, says, thanks Zoro, thanks for killing me if I lose control. I appreciate that a lot. That's the one time you did something good for me by killing me. And we also see shots of Zoro fighting against King, and it looks like he is now handling himself a bit better because he's blocking and everything, but King still does look like he has the upper hand. He is in his transformed devil fruit form and he's attacking Zoro with everything he has, and Zoro is just trying to block. It can now happen that we get in the next few chapters, maybe by this year, that Zoro creates a black blade, and that would be fantastic. So after hanging up via Dendenmushi, we see Sanji and Queen is like, where the hell are you? What happened? Because Sanji vanished. But no, he did not vanish, he is just that fast. And what does he do? He activates hell memories and he gives Queen hell. And Queen screams in agony.
Ay, 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 Makameri, ay, Billie Jean, Christian Dioro.
So yeah, from here on now it's gonna get pretty interesting to see how we are going to go to the next scenes, to the next situation, how we're gonna evolve from that, because the fight against the Yonko still look like they need to go to the climax, because Big Mom and Kaido are still standing strong. Big Mom has taken her first serious damage, and it's like, okay, how is this going to end well for the alliance? Because Law and Kid are not looking good and they will most likely lose. And then the whole Sanji and Zoro thing, will they beat the calamities? Yes, they will, but how? It can happen that we can get the finale of the Queen versus Sanji fight within the next 2 chapters. That could happen, but we're gonna see how this evolves. And I truly believe that Sanji will get his raid suit back, but a straw hat version of the raid suit, which is suited for him better, so he can still be stealth black, but by a better version. So Usopp and Franky will make a new raid suit for Sanji in the future. I do believe that, yes. Because once they find out he destroyed it, they will be disappointed and they will strictly say, okay, you're gonna get a new suit by us and that you're gonna wear. But yeah, overall pretty cool Sanji moment in this chapter, and he had a pretty cool character development. He had the chance to activate the raid suit but lose himself, but he chose not to do that because he does not put his own dreams and his own things he wants above. He does want to be the perfect person, the cook, the one who suits best for Luffy. And therefore, yeah, that's a great Straw Hat moment, that's a great character development moment for Sanji there. And we're gonna see more of that hopefully. The chapter was amazing in my opinion, and let me know what you thought about it. Write it down in the comments, leave a like, also sub, and we're gonna see you next time. In 2 weeks we're gonna get the next chapter. Until then, be good fellas. Catch you guys later. Bye.